Hey everybody, welcome to another MoveLab. Let me adjust something on my screen real quick. Perfect. Okay, welcome to MoveLab class, everybody. I want to first start off by thanking you for being here again. For all of our return visitors, welcome back. For anyone new joining us live or in the recordings, thank you. Thank you for trying something new and getting exploratory and creative with us today. I want to make sure everyone can hear me. Yep, looks like we can. Great. Okay, so if you are new to MoveLab, there's only one rule for MoveLab, only one thing you even have to think about as you're exploring and playing today. And the only rule for MoveLab is whatever you are doing it correct, because there's absolutely no wrong way to move. There's just options and choices. And as we explore and play today, you're going to think to yourself, am I doing this right? You're going to get brushed up against your comfort levels. And the answer is yes. Yes, you are doing whatever you're doing totally and completely correctly. MoveLab has a format. We always stick to it so you kind of know what to expect. We're going to start with a little breathing exercise, some nervous system toning, some exploratory movement, and then moment. Standing and walking. So once you are comfortable, very simple breath work to remember. I want you to imagine an invisible square in front of all sides of the circle. We will go for at home, give you whatever. Are we back?
Yes, we're back. Okay. There you are.
There is a first time for everything. I think that is the first time that has happened in a community fit class. So yes. We're now official. Okay, perfect. Sorry about that, everybody. You know, the internet. Okay, so as I was saying, we're going to do a little bit of box breathing. I want you to imagine a square. And in front of you, all sides are equal for that square. I'm going to choose a 4 count, but you can choose whatever you'd like. So we're going to inhale to a count of 4, hold our breath for 4, exhale for 4, inhale for 4, or exhale for 4, hold, inhale, hold, exhale, hold, inhale, and keep going. So everyone together. Nice inhale to cleanse. Big exhale. One more of those cleansing breaths. Inhale. Big exhale. And together we're going to inhale for 4, 3, 2, hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, exhale. 4, 3, 2, hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, inhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 3, 2, 1. 4, 1, 1, 4. Exhaling. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Now in your own mind, see if you can inhale to a count of 4. Hold. Exhale when you're ready. Hold your breath. One more round. When you're done, bring your hands together. Get them nice and warm. Once your hands are warm enough for you today, are going to take and put them on the front of your throat. Just be there. I like to do a big old sighing exhale. Little jaw massage maybe. Little face tap all over. Little body tap, it can be slaps, taps. You could do a little rubbing of the chest or the arms, a little slapping. Just kind of like you're waking up your nervous system, waking up your body, your skin, all the way through the legs. Good. Let your head dingle. Let your big old heavy head rock to the right, big heavy head rock to the left. So this is not that classic neck stretch. This is like a pendulum swinging. Over, over, over. Then I can go over and I can look over that shoulder. Let it swing, look over that shoulder. Let it swing, look. Let it swing, look. Let it swing, look, and center. Collect your left leg, bring it into you. Let your chest kind of fall over left leg, and then we're coming up. Chest falls over right leg, and we're up. Chest falling over, and over. Over, and over. 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Other side. We're going to just switch legs. Now, again, this is just the first week of this 6-week series. Some of you are very familiar with MoveLab, and some of you, this is brand new. So pace yourself, be compassionate with yourself, and this week, today included, we're going to just kind of cover some fundamentals of movement, ideas, embodiment, mobility, flexibility, strength work. So it's nothing too tricky, nothing too fancy this week. As we move forward through the weeks, more and more skills will get added. So we're going to leave this right leg here. We're going to move the left leg to the side. Sort of, this is a Z sit or a 90-90 position. Knees are at about a 90 degree. Now you can put one or both arms behind you, and I want you to just look at where your feet are and make the decision to keep your feet, especially your heels, exactly where they're at. As you flip your knees over to the other side, and then you're going to flip your knees over to the other side. So there's a flip, and there's a flip. What I mean about keeping your feet there, and I'll kind of go here for you, is often we're inclined to sort of pick up the feet and move them. Instead, if we kind of keep the heels where they're at, this forces movement through the pelvis, the low back, the sacrum. I know we had some questions yesterday in stress reset about sacrum and pelvic and low back stuff. This would be a good one for that. Just kind of moving side to side. Now, let your knees go to the left. Pick your right arm up, swing behind, take an inhale. Let that arm come back, knees go over, swing. Over, swing. Kind of turn this way so you can see. Knees go over, swing. 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 And swing. Now, see if you can keep that free arm off the ground as your knees go over. And knees go over. My free arm stays free. One more. And then make the decision to put that arm down and let the other arm be free. One more. Now, here's the fun one. Can both arms be free as we take the knees over and over? Now, if you notice your butt walking forward on your mat, it's because your spine has not learned to understand the movement quite yet. Here's a pro tip. As my knees go over, I take the shape of the cat. As my knees drop, I have to go through a cow. There's a flexion or roundness and an extension or a lifting of the chest. Round, lift, round, lift. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sitting comfortably, whatever that means for you today. I want you to just take your right shoulder and make a little circle with it. If you feel most comfortable, you can just lift it up to your ear and drop it. And I'm just kind of circulating. This is a very common shoulder area warm up. You're going to see where we go a little different with it. Now, if this is enough, you can reverse your circle. If this is enough, stay there. If you want a little more, you've got a shoulder blade in back, and it rests on your ribs. So I've got my ribs, and my shoulder blade rests on the ribs. Imagine your ribs are a dirtied up chalkboard or whiteboard, and your shoulder blade is the eraser. And you want to begin to erase all of the stuff at the top of the board and the bottom of the board. It's as if your shoulder blade is scrubbing the backside of you. So the motion is maybe not as circular, not as rhythmic as it once was. Then, if you want even a little more, just imagine that that whole shoulder area gets to dance and move. It can go forward, it can go up. It can take the arm with it. It can go behind you. It can go up. It's just like you're shaking out or moving from the shoulder through the arm. And then rest. Just notice the difference between the two sides of your ribs, your shoulders, your neck, whatever you notice. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. I can just pick it up and lower it. And I can draw the circle. I can reverse that. Chalkboard or whiteboard clean back there. Or I can let it dance. Now, the dance is not the best of all of them. It's just an option. How does your shoulder need or want or can it move today? Going above your pay grade is not better. It's moving flagrantly. Where can you move with a little bit of consciousness, a little bit of awareness? And then just kind of be. From there, little seaweed spine. I get to rock right and left, right, right. It's as if my spine has become seaweed. Maybe my inspiration is Monterey Bay or coral reef. I just allow that spine, that neck spine, that rib spine, that low back spine to move and sway. Good. From there, bring your hands together, interlace, and then just start to move through the wrists a bit. And then you can also reverse, go the hard way. If this is too difficult for you, just take your wrists independent of one another. You can even go into some flamenco style hands, kind of moving through the fingers. We're gonna get into some hands and knees work today. So just kind of opening up, warming up the wrists, however it is you want to warm that up. Then take and imagine you're flicking off water from your fingertips. Flicking it as hard as you can, just like a little bit doesn't count. This is how much can I flick off the water today? Then a little bit of elbow circles. And reverse. And then just kind of moving through the body. Good. From there, let's take and warm up the feet a little bit. I just want you to take and just kind of slap the bottom of your feet there. Then, without too much thought, without too much prompting, just give your foot a little bit of a foot massage. No one has to teach you how to massage the bottom of your foot. It's just what feels good to do right now. And then let's do the other side. A little bit of waking it up. And then a little bit of a foot massage. Good. From there, let's go to hands and knees. So go ahead and be on your knees, be on your hands. Now, if you are not accustomed to being on hands and knees, wrists, hands, knees could be problematic here. You can always put a rolled up towel underneath the palm of your hand here, or roll up your mat and kind of go there. That will often help to take some pressure off the hands. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. So I'm gonna be on my hands and knees, and you're gonna notice I'm choosing to tuck my toes behind me. Big toes and the flexibility there are hyper important. So this is a little way of getting some of that flexibility. I'm gonna shift my weight backwards, shift my weight forward. Shift it back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It's like the weight goes back into my feet and into my hands. Feet to hands, feet to hands, feet to hands. 2 more. Now, find a place where it's neither in your feet nor your hands. Somewhere in the middle. Shift the weights to the right side, then the left side. Right and left. Right and left. Right and left. Right and left. Then go to the right, back, to go to the left, forward, to the right and back, left to go forward. It's like drawing a circle. And then reverse. Three and 2 and 1. Find your center where you are not forward, you're not backwards, you're not to the right nor the left. Let your tailbone drop, let your forehead drop, and take on the shape of the cat. Let your tailbone lift, let your eyes lift, shape of the cow. Forehead and tail both drop. Tailbone and eyes lift. Tailbone and forehead drop. Eyes and tail lift, and repeat. Two more. Now, point your feet, sit back, and just kind of rock right and left. You may need to shake out your hands, do a little hand love there, especially if you're not used to being on wrists and hands. Helpful tip, think about how you're using your fingers. So maybe even pushing your fingers like little gecko fingers, suctioning to the floor. That will often help there. Let's warm up some leg. Keep your head and your pelvis stacked to the best of your ability. And then lift your hips over your knees. And then come back down. What I mean is resist the urge to shift your head, to throw your pelvis, to shift your butt and your head. Instead, keep the spine stacked and work the legs to come up. It's like a little drawbridge in the legs, closing and opening. 4, 3, 2 more. 1 more. Good. Sit back, go back to your hands and knees position. To the best of your ability today, see if your right foot can make friends with your right hand. And they can kind of go side by side there. Once you are in a position similar-ish to this, shift your body weight to the foot in the front and the foot in the back. Foot in the front, foot in the back. Forward and back. Forward and back. And let that be sort of, rather than something you might find at the gym class where the line is straight, maybe you even get a little seaweed spine in there. Maybe you decide to take one or both hands off the floor. And it's just sort of this draping, sweeping action. And then to the other side. Left foot, left hand, shifting back and forth. It can start and stay wherever you need it to. Maybe you are just figuring out, where are my feet right now? Maybe you want to keep both hands down. Maybe you want to get a little seaweed spine or not use your arms. It's for you to sort of decide, what's the best option for me today? Maybe I want to lift up today or come back down. Both hands go back down, both feet go back down. From there, let's go into a little bit of crawling. We're gonna take our time with this. If you were in class on Tuesday, we did the cross-body connection. Right hand touches left leg. Left hand touches right leg from our belly or from our back. Lying on our back, right arm, left leg touch each other and vice versa. So if it's too much to be on your hands, maybe go back to that exercise. For the rest of us, right arm, left leg, take one step forward and one step backwards. Other side, one step forward, one step backwards and back. One step and back, one step and back. Now keep going and just notice, do the arm and the leg leave and return to the mat at the same time? Or do you move an arm, then a leg, and then a leg, and then an arm? Can they travel at the same time? Then an animal, especially a baby, doesn't travel anywhere unless they look to where they're traveling. So resist the urge to look down at your hands and legs, and instead kind of gently look out at the horizon line. And as fancy as we're going to get today with the crawling is take a step and then take another step forward and another step forward and another step and then go backwards. Maybe you explore to the edge of your mat. Maybe it's just a few steps. And back. And forth. Then find your way to the middle of your mat. Keep your hands down parallel to one another. Bring your knees and your feet totally together. See if you can keep your hands on the floor and drop your all the way to the floor. Mine is left hip to the floor. And then bring yourself back up. Right hip to the floor. And back up. Left hip to the floor. And up. Right hip to the floor. And up. Left hip. And right hip. Now let's take a little break. Maybe you need it for your wrist. Maybe your nervous system is worked up and you just need a little bit of calming, holding, breathing. Let's put some of this together so that we have a little movement flow of sorts here. So hands can come back. I can drop my right hip, I'm going to go left hip to the floor so you can see. Drop my left hip toward the floor. Let my heels touch the floor. Flip my knees to the other side. Right arm goes down, and I can come up onto hands and knees. Hip goes down. Feet stay on the floor. They go over, and I'm up. Remember, we had that, look at me, action at the beginning of class. Hip goes down, feet stay, and I'm over. I'm down, flipping, over. If I want to, I can crawl here. Opposite arm, opposite leg. If I wanted, I could then drop, move, roll, up, crawl, drop, travel, roll, over, up, crawl. I could crawl back. Drop, travel through the knees, over, crawl, and drop, travel, sit, lie down. All the way down. Knees are down. Just shaking your hands. Making a little shape with your body. Making a big shape with your body. Little, big. Little, big. Little, big. Little, big. Little, go big, stay big. Rock, rock. See if you can begin to liberate some of your limbs. Take a look at your hands, your feet. Maybe they want to touch each other. Maybe your hands want to touch your legs. For me, it's sort of like a baby rocking itself, discovering, oh my gosh, those are my arms. Those are my legs. They can touch and move and play with each other. And then relax. Once you are on your belly, open your arms and legs to the letter X. From there, imagine parachuting. You are flying through the sky. Become wings and lift them up and back down. Bring them up and back down. Lift them up and play. Maybe begin to move. Now I can stay here and parachute, or I can roll over here. Or go to parachute. Into parachute. Hands down, my knees down. Forward, right arm, left leg.
James, I'm sorry to interrupt. We're having some issues again with your network. I'm sure he'll be right back. Apologies, everyone. This truly has not happened before on his end. It's usually on mine. There you are.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. And we can see.
On my side, it seems to be just fine. Okay, so again, we can be crawling, right arm, left leg, and back. We can come down, parachute, baby, back to a parachute, coming up, drop my hips onto my back and into baby. Rolling over, coming up, and begin to play on your own. Do I want to crawl? Do I want to fly? Do I want to roll and play? Coming up, back over. Just kind of exploring. Where do I want to go next? Is it a parachute? Is it a baby? Is it a crawl? Do I just need a break? Do I just need a rest? Beginning to listen for what's the next right move to make? On my back, on my belly, rolling, crawling. Give it 3 more tries of whatever it is you're doing there. And when you're ready, go ahead and sit up. Just rock. Rock wherever you are. Go ahead and put your hands on your heart and tell yourself, thank you for showing up today. You did a really good thing for yourself. Take a look around your space. You absolutely could not have done this without your space today. Tell your space thank you. Take a look at your community. Anyone you see on screen, any names, anyone in the room with you right now, dogs, cats, small animals included, tell your community thank you for supporting you as much as you support them. We thank you for joining us in our community today. So thank you guys for showing up. Sorry for all the technical glitches. Internet, who knows? Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow for Stress Reset and next week for more of the same. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you so much, James. Yes, apologies for the internet. I always say the internet gods are not on my side when those things happen.
Yeah.
It happens to us all. But I love that we're getting a different view of your studio every day. You're just moving around. We're getting, you know, the full view. So that's awesome. So thank you to everyone. If you have any questions, you can type them in. James and I can see them and we can answer them for you. And yes, you're welcome. Thanks for resetting the stress. Yes, putting it back in perspective. Awesome. Somebody said it was the wind. That was
yeah. I'm just going back and looking at
blame it on the wind.
Right. Yeah, no, it's the weirdest thing. It's like on my end, normally on my end, because, you know, we're all used to this by now. On my end, it will show like flickering on, or it will say unstable connection. It hasn't done that at all today. So it's just, it almost to me looks like it's something on Zoom's end. Like every time it's happened, it's not the connection on my computer per se, but it's like I lose the Zoom.
That could be. All right. Well, tomorrow's a new day. That was a great class. Thanks, James. I did as much as I could as I was doing other work stuff. So I feel really good now. So,
well, thank you guys so much. We appreciate it.
We'll
Bye,
see you
everybody.
tomorrow. Bye.